Hey everyone, I've got another Digimon video for today, and this is on my updated BlackWargreymon deck after BT9. He got a lot of good stuff and a brand new ace card for the deck in Gaiomon, which was basically everything this deck needed to improve, which I like a lot. So let's get started. Of course, the egg we've got is the Greymon, Egg, and Koromon. If this Digimon has Omnimon or Greymon, other than BlackWargreymon, Burning Greymon, or BlackWargreymon in its name, trigger draw one card, which is pretty nice. Yep, those are the 4 eggs. We'll save Gaiomon for those 6s. Of course, we start off with the level 3s now. We've got Agumon Black. On play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Greymon in its name and 1 card with Dragonkin in its traits among them, and add them to your hand, and then place the remaining on the bottom of the deck in any order, which is pretty good. Yep, that's Agumon. We've got another Agumon, and this one is Agumon X Antibody. You can actually evolve this on top of another level 3 Agumon for free, which is pretty cool. And on play, and when digivolving, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Greymon, Omnimon. Add 1 card with Greymon or Omnimon in its name, and 1 X Antibody among them to your hand, and then place the remaining on the bottom of the deck in any order. There's no X Antibody. Well, the X Antibody it's referring to is the option card. However, at least I think, it might add the X Antibody Digimon. I'm not too sure. But other than that, there's no X Antibody option cards in this deck, so we're mainly using it to search for the Greymons and Omnimons. So that is it for Agumon X. The other level 3 in the deck we have is Tamers. This can evolve on a black or red egg, which is pretty cool. All turns, well, this Digimon has 2 or more colors, it gets 1000 DP for the turn. Tamers is seeing a bit of play in BlackWargreymon, thanks to 1 card in particular, which is one of the Tamers, which we will get to eventually. So that is it for Tamers. Of course, we've got Greymon X Antibody. This can digivolve for free on top of another Greymon, and it has the inheritable all turns. When this Digimon has Greymon or Omnimon in its name and an effect would delete it or return it to your hand or deck, you may trash 2 cards of the same level in this Digimon's Digivolution cards to prevent it from leaving play, which is pretty cool. So you can have it save itself, which is interesting. Unfortunately, I might not play enough. Well, there's the X Antibody Agumon and Agumon Black, which would work. And then, of course, there's this Greymon and this Greymon, which would also pair up with that. So, who knows, I might have enough to have that effect work. If not, I might change the deck. This Greymon, opponent's turn, while you have a red Digimon in play, this Digimon gains Blocker as its inheritable, and it can evolve on a black level 3 or a red level 3, which is nice. And again, the new Greymon X Antibody can evolve on top of this guy for free as well. Another level 4 we've got is Cyclonemon. It has the inheritable, when attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 2000 DP or less. Kind of a meh ability. However, the main reason why it's here is that it's a Dragonkin and a red and black dual card, as a lot of the new effects in the deck work based on that. And we've got a new Monochromon blocker, which is pretty nice, as it is black and red. Again, we're playing this blocker because it is multicolored. Again, it's a blocker, pretty simple. You won't have to go into it. The level 5s, we've got BlackWargreymon. When Digivolving, you Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon, and then delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less, and then it has the inheritable your turn. While this Digimon has Dragonkin or Machine in its traits, it can also attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon, which is pretty cool. That is it for the BlackWargreymon. The other level 5 in the deck we've got is Megadramon. When Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers with a play cost of 3 or less, so that can be used to get rid of quite a few Tamers, the big one especially in this format being Cool Boy. And then it's inheritable. When attacking, if this Digimon has Machine or Dragonkin in its traits, delete one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers with a play cost of 3 or less. Alright. We'll save Gaiomon, the new boss, for last. Let's get into the BlackWargreymon from set 8. When Digivolving, if this Digimon has a red Digivolution card, choose any number of your opponent's Digimon. If this Digimon has a black Digivolution card, choose any number of your opponent's Tamers. The chosen card's play costs must add up to 6 or less. Delete the chosen cards. Pretty cool. And then all turns, when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, unsuspend this Digimon. Pretty good. This used to be the boss monster of the deck. However, it kind of fell short in my opinion, as it didn't have the effects necessary to gain from any of the abilities it could be given, such as this Greymon, which gives blocker and all that. As you could unsuspend it with its effect after it killed something, but however, you would most likely attack again. However, thankfully, the new boss of the deck in Gaiomon fixed all of that. You can play this on a level 5 for 5 or more. However, you have an optional evolution cost. Digivolve on 2 on top of a BlackWargreymon. This card / Digimon is also treated as having Greymon in its name. Funny story behind that. This was originally intended to be BlackWargreymon's X-Antibody form. However, the creators of this design loved it so much they made it its own card. However, it is still treated as an X-Antibody Digimon and as BlackWargreymon's X-Antibody form, which is pretty cool. And you can still evolve Agumons and all that into this guy, so it's still part of the Agumon family. Oh wait, we're not done with this guy yet. He's got tons of abilities, such as Security Attack +1, Reboot, so it can restand at the end of your turn, which again helps out if you give this guy blocker. And then when Digivolving, if this Digimon has a black Digivolution card, you Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon, and if this Digimon has a red Digivolution card, it gets Blitz with Security Attack +1 and Reboot to boot. So yeah, this guy is amazing and everything this deck needed. Of course, the finisher to any red or blue deck is the Blitzing Omnimon. When Digivolving, you get Blitz, and when Digivolving, you also unsuspend him all turns. If an opponent's effect would delete this Digimon or return it to its owner's hand or deck, you may prevent it from leaving play by trashing a level 6 Digimon card in this card's Digivolution cards. And if you get Gaiomon on top of BlackWargreymon, you can use that effect twice, which is pretty cool. For Tamers, there's quite a few Tamers in this build now. Of course, now that the stacks can get bigger again, we've got Taikamiya. Start of your turn. If you have 2 or less memory, you can set it to 3. Your turn, all of your red Digimon with 4 or more Digivolution cards gain Security Attack +1, and with all Tamers security effect, play this without paying its memory cost if it's checked in security. Alright, that's it for the memory resetter tamer. The new main tamer of the deck is Maki Himikawa. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 Tamers and 1 2-color black card among them to your hand. And then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. Your turn, when one of your Digimon would digivolve into a 2-color black Digimon card, you may suspend this Tamer to reduce the evolution cost by 1. And then again, security, play this without paying its memory cost. Again, she's kind of replaced the the other Tamer in the deck, which is Nokia. Nokia. On play, you may play 1 Agumon or Gabumon from your hand without paying its memory cost, and then main when digivolving one of your Digimon into a card in your hand with Garurumon, Omnimon, or Greymon, other than the non-Greymons. In its name, you may suspend this Tamer to reduce the memory cost of the Digivolution by 1. Again, as there's not as many Agumons as the last build in the deck, I've cut her down to 3. As well, when I did finally get a 4th Nokia, I bumped up the last BlackWargreymon profile from her being at 3 to 4. However, in this build of the deck, she's perfectly fine at 3, as you're going to be relying more on Maki now. And the final cards of the deck is, of course, Gaia Force. In this format, you're going to be dealing with massive stacks of Digimon, and you want to get rid of them as fast as possible. And using stuff like Gaia Force is the best way to do that. And that is it for the Gaiomon / BlackWargreymon deck that I have after set 9. I hope you enjoyed this video as well as the other ones that I have for today.